Pirog himself is a great story, coming from, of course, an impoverished background.
At all times, obey my commands at all times. Let's do this.
And now the bell sounds for round number one. I have ridiculed because the governing body, which is supplying that belt, stripped it from Sergio Martinez just a few weeks after Martinez beat up Kelly Pavlik to clearly become the #1 middleweight.
A little respect for Dmitry at this point, and he's realizing that his upper body movement and his head movement is going to create a slight problem because it's not that easy to hit.
He is not the classic stand-up European fighter. No. He is a guy who bends at the waist, has a lot of movement, and he had
very, very relaxed. To find himself right now. He's not having the success that he's trying to find out now.
Pirog momentarily switched southpaw to throw that left hand. Now Jacobs goes back to his conventional stand.
Shots. All right, there we go.
Kind of leaned into it for him.
Jacob still has not found a way really to effectively land punches on Pirog. Pirog's upper body movement is really creating a problem for him.
I'm not certain, frankly. I didn't do enough research to know whether Daniel Jacobs is a New York Football Giants fan or whether his cornermen have simply found out it's extremely
good. A very good trainer in his corner in Victor Roundtree. Very, very good. I was going to say, but
right hand by Pirog. Jacobs almost went down.
I was going to say, but he's going to have his hands full tonight trying to figure out a victory strategy for Jacobs tonight.
That's a good body shot with a left hand by Pirog. Right now, Pirog's the aggressor earlier in the fight, and he landed a big right hand here in the second round that has Daniel Jacobs on the defensive. You were about to say that Jacobs' terrific trainer, Victor Roundtree,
is going to have his hands full tonight, trying to plot a strategy, because I know they were not expecting this type of a fight from Pirog. Pirog is a very, very good fighter.
Yeah, is he relaxed enough on this stage?
Very
It's
relaxed.
like he lives in Vegas.
I was, yeah, especially when it's his first time fighting here, but he said he's made quite a few trips here attending fights.
Says he's only been here a week. Says he didn't take that all that easily to American food. Didn't go to the Russian restaurant here in the hotel because that wasn't really Russian food to him. He's beating Jacobs up in this round.
When I was, I'm a very big fan of Danny Jacobs.
Cover from the unexpected loss that derailed his career. It's tough.
So, things look very good for him for the first quarter of next year.
You know, there's an improvisational quality to what Pirog does, and Daniel doesn't seem really...
Pirog does things that you really have to look very closely as a real good boxing guy to really study and see what he's doing. But as I said, he moves his head in and out, changes, gives you angles, changes, and punches from those pivots. He's pivoting and turning and punching at the same time.
After looking at him on video.
Not his face in the front row, but he's twists and pivots, changes his angles. But he's a pressure fighter, which is amazing.
Moves his head very well inside.
Here you see Pirog landing punches, and I think the biggest problem that Jacobs had, he didn't know where they was coming from because it's such a different variety of punches. And the right hand here was a great shot, but he didn't actually get a knockdown score against him simply because his gloves, his body never touched the canvas, but as close as you can get without being knocked down.
Strong legs kept Jacobs from going to the canvas on a brilliant 1-2 straight up the middle by Pirog.
The guy went into the ropes,
I didn't see the ropes over. He was bending forward.
I think it was a pretty close call.
He was bending forward when he regained his back.
Just in front of the rope instead of on it, but it was a very close call. Certainly Bird wouldn't have been criticized if he had given the 8 count.
I think the more important part
that there are mysteries in there for him which need to be solved.
I saw that look after the first 30 seconds.
Star in the Russian amateur program and go to the Olympics and earn the kind of profile that
system was over there neither.
You're fighting somebody from Russia. If you're looking
pressure he's putting on Danny, he's making Danny fight and move a lot faster than I think Danny wants to.
hand by
That's
Jacobs.
good, man. I think he been. Right here, you can see the great defense of Pirog, which is his upper body movement. He pivots and turns, good head movement. Very, very difficult to land with two punches, even if you're hitting with one punch. Right here, you see Jacobs land a beautiful, clean right hand, probably the best punch he's landed tonight. And that's what he's got to keep doing. And after he lands those punches, get away right away, move away. But he's going to have to be in great shape tonight because he's going to have pressure on him all night long.
Good body shot by Jacobs. Pirog leaned into that one. Chance to land a power left hand out of this stance, then out of his conventional stance, Emmanuel.
Well, I still can't figure it out, but evidently he must feel more comfortable in it. But I haven't saw him land too much, except the first time he did it, he was able to. But, you know, it's risky when you're fighting a guy with the great upper body movement that Pirog had to be doing anything that's experimental, so to say.
Stop!
Definitely not your regular.
Talking to
fighter.
Jacobs in there. Jacobs hammering to the body. I don't suppose Pirog is speaking Russian to Jacobs.
You know what surprised me? A lot of these guys, they speak a lot better English than they let you on to think. Because most of them had it standard in their school over there.
They take it in first grade.
Yeah, but they try to let you think that they don't speak, but they understand a lot of things when we're speaking to them.
Well, that was always the old Soviet persona. I mean, during the days of Soviet, people who spoke perfect English were absolutely deaf and dumb when American reporters were around.
Yeah. And as soon as you leave, then they start speaking.
Corner Emmanuel, I might beg him to focus on the body for a while.
Yes. And then Jacobs has to try to throw his flurs and land and get away right away. But I think that the fight's going to be fairly competitive to a certain degree, but I'm just worried about the condition of Jacobs going down the stretch.
Because?
Well, I don't think he's ever had this type of a pressure that's put on him. These guys come in very difficult pressure, too, not a straight line pressure.
Well, Jacobs' biggest win was in August last year, almost a year ago against Ishe Smith. Ishe Smith, much older than Pirog, not nearly as active. CompuBox numbers in the fourth round, Jacobs 26 out of 73, and Pirog only 8 out of 51. That makes it sound as though Jacobs easily won the round. You can see that Harold gave. So this is a fight in which good comeback left hook by Jacobs there.
You know, I think he just told him to hit me low, but not even a big issue of it, which I think is good.
Yeah, I didn't see anything really land low.
It was low, but I don't think it was intentional, and I don't think it was.
Oh, down goes Jacobs on a perfect right hand,
right on top
and
of
that may be that. No way. Robert Byrd won't even finish the count. He waves his arms, and Jacobs is gone on a stunning knockout by Pirog. Well, you said it, Emmanuel. He's never seen anything like the opponent with whom he was in there tonight. And Dmitry